a lot of your ball speed from the pace of your runner, but it must not be a run-up out of control. He really tries to get in there. I like that.
Yeah, the biomechanics, and to get it all right up until the release of the delivery, you've got to measure that run up to a point where you can really throttle yourself in, go in and release the ball at the right time. Very good signs for Bangladesh.
Howell's not afraid to play his shots if the ball is in his arc, and onside is where he does the bulk of his scoring. Didn't time that perfectly, but it was right in that zone.
And also knowing that the fielder is inside the circle, mid-on fielder, easy pickup shot. Just a little bit fuller on that occasion from Taskin Ahmed. 100 comes up.
One or two for 5. West Indies were decent with the ball. Bangladesh getting some half centuries through their middle order.
Yeah, the problem with the West Indies is the batting. And we've said it over and over again. Again, half side back in the pavilion, and only the 27th over. 27.1, and if you lose early wickets, if you lose your top order, then you don't have much to offer.
And trying to get those batsmen to make a better fist of things. Jamal Hamilton toured India with the West Indies in 2018, played his first test match against India as well in the Caribbean. 2019 at Savannah Park in Jamaica. Has at times played first-class cricket, just a little bit purely as a batsman. One of the things that I'd like to impress upon young players is, mentioned in the first game that guys seem satisfied with averaging 30 and 45 domestically. I look at guys like Shubman Gill. Shubman plays, 25 first-class matches, somewhere around there, averaging over 50. Hanuma Vihari averages over 60 in first-class cricket and only recently broke into the test line. Will Pukowski in Australia, Cameron Green, young players averaging over 50 in first-class cricket to force their way into the international lineup. These guys have to lift the standard and the requirements in the Caribbean batting-wise. Standards must be set higher, the bar must be raised. I sometimes wonder if they do see themselves attaining a world standard rather than just thinking Caribbean, regional, local. Can you see yourself as being a world star, putting in the work to get there and attaining it?
Also, bounce to the field. We'll come back to that. Really good discussion here. 106 for 5. Yeah, you mentioned about the benchmark, the standard, the quality of batsmanship in domestic competition. Players scoring and averaging 35 gets a shot at the national team. Also very important for them to realize, someone has to tell them individually that you need to raise the bar and you need to get an average of 40 instead of 35. Because most of them, it seems that they're happy with 35 average. And the moment you step out of the country, the moment you go overseas, conditions gets more and more difficult. You play against better opposition, stronger opposition in different conditions, alien conditions. And to raise that bar over to 40 will certainly give them something to think about. Instead of just going in and averaging 35 in domestic competition, why not? Say to yourself, okay, let's try 40, why not 45? You mentioned about Shubman Gill and the rest. That's what they have done in the past to ensure they get into the 11. That's gone many a miles. It's another IPDC sixer.
It's in Rovman Powell's zone. And you've noticed the three boundaries that he's hit have all the bottom hand flipped from outside off over the onside. So you can look to do a couple of things if you're tasking. Change your length, go into the pitch, maybe taking wider of off stump or change up your pace, but certainly stay away from that driving area, man back at long on and the deep square. Good length. I agree with much of what you say, and I don't ever talk about anything that I do on air. That's not something that I've ever done. I'm going to break that rule just once, in that whenever I meet young players and occasionally I talk to them and try to share exactly what you said. Can you see yourself as a global success? I'll come back to it. Okay, a friend of mine shared a story with me about growing up in the region. Sometimes, and I empathize with it. Sometimes, depending on where you grow up in a small community, in a small village. If you achieve only a certain thing, then you can be a big fish in that pond. But how can someone get me? And I was fortunate to meet some instrumental people in my life to get me to think beyond my village, beyond my community, beyond my country, and know that I too, if I work hard enough, can be a success. And that's what I always have to try to share with the young players who I shall not call their names. When I travel around, I'm not a flag waver for the West Indies team, but as a past player, I think it's my responsibility to quietly impart some of what I know, and I've seen it coming to bear fruit in some players who shall remain nameless, obviously. But we all have to do that, I think. world's full of negatives, and we have to try to put some positives. Good pace, good length. A couple of those to Powell. Won't go amiss. 113 for 5.
They're still requiring 185, the West Indies, 126 deliveries, totaling sixes being there and off, especially from Robin Powell's bat. At the 8.81 run rate, as the run rate is slowly and steadily creeping up, it's becoming more and more difficult for West Indies. Not impossible, difficult.
Completely agree with you, Anjum. I think basically it'll be damage control more than anything else, just to reduce the margin of defeat. They've got the test matches coming out. Some players from the West Indian squad, ODI squad, will be featuring in the test squad, so any positives they can take out of this game will be beneficial to their cause. Rakib Al Hassan.
That's all we ask for, lads. Boys.
Listening to Bish mentioning about the responsibility of lot many players and the opportunity that's there for them to take up and become better cricketers and obviously stand counted at the international level. I always feel that if you're there playing for your national team, doesn't matter at home or away, you're one of those fortunate few. And doesn't matter if your skill levels are not matching international top-class players from game number one. There is always scope for improvement in coming back as a stronger player.
Absolutely, and you always challenge yourself, don't you, to improve your performance, improve your psychological approach to the game, building up confidence. We're talking mainly about the men's game, but now that you're here, Anjum, I'd like to know that the competitive level in domestic circuits for women players, I think, still needs to go some distance. So how do the girls in the different teams really prepare themselves for this circuit, the international circuit?
Yes, largely it's what we get at the domestic level transformed to the international level. There's a little bit of an injury scare for Shakib at the bowling end. He's just fallen down. He's taken some time to get up, holding onto a groin, possibly a hamstring. Discomfort for him.
So if it's nothing super, grimacing. What kind of a pull, groin. Doesn't want any injuries. Let's see how it happened. Awkward on the landing, the left leg. You see straight away.
They're grimacing in pain. I guess even if it's just a slight discomfort, he can choose not to continue bowling. These are hot conditions. It's been much warmer than what we've seen in Dhaka for the players. He's batted also. This is what happened in the previous ball rather. Just picked up something. There was kind of a discomfort again as he went to chase that ball, and the very next ball, the result in front of you.
Let's just have a look at it from a different angle. And he tried to chase that. He's a little bit off balance on his follow through. There he pulls up straight away. He had to turn away from his initial follow-through to the right and behind him. And that's when that pull happened. Is you there? Julian Kalfato is the physio for Bangladesh. Thanks, Arthur, for that information.
I like the way that everyone is looking at him. And Shabib, I'll come back to your question about domestic cricket, but I'm sure you've been privy to this situation where players around you just gather around, of course asking in a concerning manner how you're feeling, and suddenly one question pops up. Are you okay?
You know you're not okay, but you still ask the question, absolutely. And, well, it seems to be easing away. Now, is he easing away towards the pavilion? Seems still gingerly walking.
That's the first wicket. Mustafizur picking up Fionn Otley, and then Sunil Ambris. After that, it was the Mehdi Hassan show. Kyle Mays was the next victim. Just continued with Saifuddin coming and getting rewarded with a wicket to his name, and then cleaning up and Nkrumah Bonner.
There he goes. Unfortunately, not a sight that's going to be pleasing to the supporters of Bangladesh cricket. Come back after a long hiatus due to various reasons, and then as he's looking to get into rhythm with bat and ball, making an impression, he has to leave hopefully for a short while, recover quickly. Bangladesh needs his services. Gives an opportunity for Shombo Sarkar to finish off that over. Just the last ball left on Shakib's over.
Yeah, it's good that he's getting a look in with the ball. It's been a quiet series for Shombo Sarkar. Batting in the low middle order. Got an opportunity to bat today alongside Mahmudullah. Was run out. Has barely got a sighter with the ball.
A lot of ambidextrous players in the Bangladesh squad. Shombo Sarkar, one of them. Saifuddin, Taskin Ahmed. Bowling right-handed, batting left-handed, or bowling left-handed, batting right-handed. That is over. Finally completed. 30 done. 116 for 5.
Extras in the Bangladesh bowling lineup. Shakib Al Hasan 4.5. The figure that you see there is just because he's pulled up a muscle and he's left the field. Shombo Sarkar has completed his over. Pretty slow in their over rate. We saw the slowness in the over rate from West Indies bowlers early on. Bangladesh also.
Yeah, that's another area. Of course, we've had a little bit of an injury to Shakib, which maybe pegged them back ever so slightly. But when the spinners are through quicker, during the changes, they seem to be a little lethargic. It's one area they need to address. We've seen previously also, even at times being penalized by the match referees for bowling a slow over rate. But one of those little things that you need to fine-tune and address.
You're asking about the domestic cricket structure for women. I feel whatever the domestic structure is, yes, that's a road leading up towards international cricket. That's the supply chain. And a lot can improve there. We can speak about the Indian domestic cricket. Yes, the girls are there. We have a nice mix, different age group level. They start young under 16 level, but the competitive first class level starts at under 19, under 23 in senior format, playing only white ball cricket nowadays.
Come on!
Not the day's cricket.
Fast, fast,
But
fast,
yes,
fast!
I say the same lines as I just mentioned earlier, and Ian Bishop is such a wonderful leader. I always feel that at the domestic level, the confidence needs to get instilled, the skill levels need to get sharper at the very basic level, at domestic level, because you carry forward those values when you play for India or when you play at the international level. And those hard yards need to come through at a very, very early stage. You can become a better... Oh, cut behind. Important wicket here again. And this bowler, Mehdi Hasan Miraj, continues to impress.
Oh, he's been so good. The batsman just playing for the turn there. And as the ball kept on holding its line, the arm ball kept on going straight. He just feathered it. Just having a little poke. You could see, anticipating the ball turning back. It did not. Held its line. Just got that faint edge and comfortable catch. Elation for Mehdi Hasan Miraj. Oh, he's enjoying himself. He's not, because he's out. Yamar Hamilton gone for 5. 117 for 6.
Mehdi Hasan Miraj has struck another wicket for the Bangladesh team. In the form of the debutant Hamilton poking outside the off stump. A very smart piece of glove work from Mustafa Rahim. Regulation rather for him. Ramon Rita wants to cross over. If there's a direct hit, it will be trouble. Went for the far end. All safe for West Indies.
Seems to be intent on going to the safety of the non-strikers then. So early in the innings. Let's have a look at this. He's often running actually. He was balanced forward. He was not on his back foot. Then quick recovery, thankfully. That's even impressive. He's got a smile on his face. Doesn't really attack the batsman once he takes the wickets.
Just the smiling assassin.
That's what he is. That's completion of the... Oh no, just one more delivery to go. Or is it? It is over. 31 done. 118 for 6.
Quick recovery, thankfully. Has he been impressive? He's got a smile on his face. Doesn't really attack the batsman once he takes the wickets. Just... He's the smiling assassin. That's what he is. That's completion of the... Oh no, just one more delivery to go. Or is it? It is over. 31 done. 118 for 6.
Cricket's fastest format is Flash. Bigger, faster and stronger than ever before. Catch the Abu Dhabi T10, powered by Sky247.net. Live from the 28th of January to the 6th of February.
Overs gone, 118 for 6. West Indies facing down possibly yet another defeat if they don't step up the scoring rate. They need the long handle to be used now. Raymond Rico, Alvin Powell.
Well, with the test matches coming up,
Tuscan Abbott starts another fresh over.
Wonderful start for his
7th
test
for him.
career. 7 wickets in the first test he played and 12 in
This
the
is what happened in the
second.
previous
That was
over
versus
of Mehdi
England in
Miraz.
2016. Very auspicious start, but he couldn't stop continue.
Look at
Regular
Alpha
play.
Agency, there's a
In and out.
spike.
Seems to have just proven with
Was.
confidence in the recent past.
That's why.
The celebration, simple enough for the keeper. Well, with the test matches coming up, he'll be looking forward. Wonderful start to his test career. 7 wickets in the first test he played and 12 in the second. That was versus England in 2016.
Positivity.
Very auspicious start, but he couldn't stop continue on a regular vein. It's been in and out. Seems to have just brimming with confidence in the recent
Series, they are now which they've performed individually. And I'm just not talking about the opposition of the West Indies. I'm talking about the Bangladesh team players individually, skill-wise, the way they have responded and they've come out after a hiatus after a long time playing international cricket. From here on, with the next few days of practice training session, they get into the test series with a lot of good and positive mindset. Bangladesh will definitely get into the test series with a lot of confidence, positivity. Playing at home definitely is a 1+ against the West Indies. The manner in which
the Windies come back.
up till now 2-0 in the series, they are manner in which they perform individually. And I'm just not talking about the opposition of the West Indies. No, I'm talking about the Bangladesh team players individually, skill-wise, the way they have responded, and they've come out after a hiatus, after a long time playing international cricket. From here on, with the next few days of practice training session, they'll get into the test series with
high percentage in that area.
a lot of good and a positive mindset.
Single to finish off the over. That's 32 down. 24-6. Just like the way Haskin Ahmed, after his first over, the way he's come back, his economy of movement, there's confidence in his ability to put the balls where he wants them. At times, you try to overbowl or try to put some extra speed into your bowling, and that sort of takes away the accuracy. But look at the clusters. Tells a lot about his deliveries today. 77%. Well, a high percentage in that area.
28 or 25, Robin Paul.
Single to finish off the over. That's 32 done. 120-6.
Till now. 8th over for Mehdi Miraz. There was an opportunity again. Difficult, but an opportunity was created.
What could have been? Stalwart Khan very annoyed with himself. Mushfiqur Rahim feels that he should have taken it. Another gem. It's a lot of reps, but the ball does not turn. Oh, went pretty quickly. But again, either they stick or they don't. On this occasion, it didn't.
28 or 25, Robin Paul furthermore pitched up to 6. One boundary run that Hamilton received. Up till now, Mushfiqur had slightly more time. 8th over for Mehdi Miraz. Watch it, this was slightly a tad quicker, and I feel there was an opportunity again. Difficult, but an opportunity was created.
What could have been? Look at this. When you Stalwart Khan very annoyed with himself. Mushfiqur Rahim feels that he should have taken it. Another gem. It's a lot of reps, but the ball does not turn. Oh, it carries on. Went pretty quickly. But again, either they stick or they don't. On this occasion, it didn't.
It was furthermore pitched up than the one that Hamilton received. Mushfiqur had slightly more time in the previous ball to watch it. This was slightly a tad quicker, and I feel it was further pitched up to the batsman. An opportunity was created. I think it was further pitched up.
Look at this. When you see as a batsman the ball, the amount of reps on that, you'd expect the ball to driven turn. Amount of reps. Spinning, it does not spin. It carries on. And you said, talking also about the length. Maybe the batsman didn't really play for the length or the line, inside the line on that occasion. Very intelligent bowling here. Sometimes a bit of luck. As a bowler, you expect the ball to turn. It doesn't. Turns out to be a gem of a delivery. Amount of reps. Spinning, it does not spin. It carries on. And you said, talking also about the length. Maybe the batsman didn't really play for the length or the line, inside the line on that occasion. Very intelligent bowling here. Sometimes a bit of luck.
An important feature of his bowling right through the series has been that he bowls to his feet. Not that as a batter you can't attack him and take the ball over the ropes. If you're playing from the crease, he's one of those bowlers who bowl to his field. 122 for 6. An important feature of his bowling right through the series has been that he bowls to his field. Not that as a batter you can't attack him and take the ball over the ropes. If you're playing from the crease, he's one of those bowlers who bowl to his field. 122 for 6. Alzari Joseph bowled really well for the West Indies. 2 wickets in his 10 overs. Raymond Reaper, couple of wickets for him too. Seamers have done a good job.
Unfortunately, the game meandering along at the moment. Survival seems to be
Alzari Joseph bowled really well
uppermost
for
in the minds of the two
West
batsmen in the
Indies.
middle.
2 wickets in his 10
Understandable.
overs.
They've been through a couple of games where they really struggled. This time chasing a big target, the scoreboard pressure on early. Loss of early wickets. Not been conducive to some positive thinking on their part.
Initially, I thought it landed with something behind. It's close call, but I think the correct one. Nothing behind that. I think to be fair, just that it is the umpire. I think he's got it right. Initially, I thought it landed with something behind. It's close call, but I think the correct one.
The line belongs to the umpire if he sees it, as his foot was behind the line. That's not a no ball, but he did see that. Yeah, something has to be behind the line, and the line belongs to the umpire if he sees it, as his foot was behind the line. And that's not a no ball, but he did see it like that. It's a tight call though, let's put it this way. So he saw it very briefly, and it's a very tight call. Sometimes it can also be said that it's a good call.
Well, I tell you what, on field, third umpire, anywhere, we've been getting good calls from the umpires. I emphasize that fact.
The West Indies will be playing a warm-up game. I'm sure the Bangladesh team players collectively will also get into a team and play
for a test team would want
a
few days out for practice. Yes, the West Indies will be playing a warm-up game. I'm sure the Bangladesh team players collectively will also get into a team and play, if not for a 4-day or a 5-day or a 3-day game at least. Those match simulation trainings will be done. I'll look out into the news maybe tonight, later tonight.
Picks that up and dispatches that with disdain. Rank long hop deserved to be punished and put away for an IPDC 4. 34 overs completed.
Those 2 wickets from Mustafizur Rahman right at the top seemed like ages ago. Certain times, very occasionally, we see the attacking instincts from the West Indies batters. That was the last ball from Taskin Ahmed's over. Short ball, punished. At the moment there is a spin on offer. Certain times, very occasionally, we see the attacking instincts from the West Indies batters. That was the last ball from Taskin Ahmed's over. Short ball, punished. At the moment there is a spin on offer. Everything just slows down.
They've just not been prepared to attack like this one. This was a rank long hop, easy pickings. But even when the spinners are on, it seemed to be going through their minds that it's going to turn square. We haven't seen evidence of that. Most of them have got out playing for the turn, which haven't come. Just some more attacking attitudes, more positive way of negotiating would upset the rhythm of the bowlers, and they're just comfortably going on their merry way. They're not being tested by the batters at all.
And there's a clear hesitation in using their feet. The West Indies batters very happy playing from the crease, and there's not enough pace on the ball for them to maneuver it around. Spinners need to use your feet to upset the rhythm of any bowler.
Again, batting down the wrong line, getting the inside part of the bat. Bit of a struggle here for Reefer. Struggling to meet the ball in the meaty part of the bat. Content to block and end the over. 35 done. 132 for 6. The red worm always trying to play catch up with the green worm, never succeeding. Steady fall of wickets has really pegged back their progress towards that green worm, getting further and further away. 11.07 runs needed in the remaining 15 overs constantly. So falling back, it's going to go up, and they've had their problems, the batters. He's back, 2 for 16 in 4 overs. Even in that shot, that was not the best of deliveries. It was short, it was there to be hit. Again, he seemed to check his shot. Just a slow delivery. Maybe that is why he just couldn't use the pace of the ball, and a little bit of a disarray in picking his spot and also checking his shot at the last moment, I thought.
Well, I'll be really keenly watching when these two players actually decide to be more aggressive than what they are. Rahman Powell, 37, we know he can hit the long ball. Raymond Reefer has shown glimpses of it too. It's just going through the motions.
What are they telling themselves? Let us play out the 50 overs, get some batting practice. We're not going to win this one. So I think they're just balancing, delicate balancing act. Be aggressive, get out, or is it better to stay there and get some bat on ball?
I'll add the third option. Be there, get the scoreboard moving, and keep your own personal score also ticking. Going back into the dressing room, nobody can score runs, so there's no point in thinking on those lines. But yes, if you're able to stay in the center, rotate strike, that's what will give you more confidence as a batter rather than just blocking off those deliveries. I can understand the hesitation in using your feet to the spinners. But once the seamers are on, slightly more positive approach can be applied.
Saying all that, Rahman Powell has scored 38 of 37, which is not too bad. It just has not had the support from the other end.
Yes, Bangladesh got 100 runs in the last 10 overs. That was largely because the partnership was already going great guns between Mushfiqur Rahim and Mahmudullah. but their acceleration was there. They took their chances. Five runs of Mustafizur Rahman's over, 137 for 6.
It.
161 needed of 84 now. The required run rate has climbed up to nearly 12. It's 11.5. 6 down for 137. Once again, Bangladesh dominating. This time around with the ball. The batsmen did their part, played their part when they managed to score 297 for 6. Once again, it is Powell who's been impressive with the bat. He's been very impressive. Mehdi Hassan, you can see once he releases the ball, he's got a little bit more rev. And he's trying to do things a little bit differently, just tweaking here and there and making life difficult for the batsman.
Very good, very good.
Be a single. Good evening, Maza.
Good evening, Athavai. And having a look at Miraj, the way he uses the crease, he tries to bowl wide of the crease, just back of the crease, and just using the angle as well. The way he bowls so far in the series has been tremendous. And now there is a slip for the left-hander Reefer.
A good call from Tamim Iqbal. He just come on to bat. Left-hander. Usually the off-spinner will take the ball away from the left-hander. This was the first delivery. Yeah, would have gone down the leg side. And he's bowled with good pace. Bowling on surfaces like this, you need to mix it up nicely. We've seen the seamers also taking the pace of the ball. And you can't go on bowling at the same pace all the time. I think he's been very effective, Mehdi Hasan Miraj. Just giving away a single in this over so far. Another very good over. 138 for 6. Fantastic spell from Mehdi Hasan Miraj. 10 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 18. Gave nothing away. Right from the word go, he tagged the batsman, attacked the stumps, and didn't bowl a single poor delivery. Saifuddin 2 for 40. Mustafizur Rahman also impressive with 2 for 21. He has yet to concede a boundary, Mustafizur Rahman. Beg your pardon, Mehdi Hasan Miraj. Mustafizur also very impressive, 2 for 21. He's looked apart. He likes to pick up early wickets, and he's done it in all the 3 matches.
And the best part was in this series, the way he was able to get the ball into the right-hander. That has been his wicket-taking bowl so far.
Well bowled, is squaring him up. Yeah, I've got to give credit. We've spoken about the batsmen, we've spoken about the bowlers, especially the seamers have been very impressive. Yes, Mehdi Hasan Miraj bowled a really good spell of 10 overs, 2 for 18. But when you start to see seamers bowling well, that's a series so far. 7 wickets. Best of 4 for 25. Just talking about the seamers now. And you've got to hand it to the seam bowling coach, Otis Gibson. I think he's done wonderfully well to make sure the bowlers understands their responsibility on bowling on surfaces like these. I think he's done a fantastic job. The line and the lengths have been very consistent. They hardly bowl a loose delivery. Yes, they can. The batsman can pick up a boundary, play a good shot, but all in all, the seamers have certainly looked a lot more disciplined under his command. So hats off to Otis Gibson. There's still a lot of work to do. Hey, have a look at that. Hassan Mahmood was sitting right next to him. So he'll be sharing some words of wisdom with the youngster. And to see that happen, it's just a beautiful thing to see what is happening in the Bangladesh seam bowling camp. Outstanding work so far, so good. Play and a miss.
I see a similarity between Mustafizur Rahman and Mehdi Hasan Miraj, both coming in and bursting into the scene in international circuit, and then both of them got exploited by the other teams in the world cricket. Obviously, video analysis was there. There were talks about Mehdi Hasan Miraj to add a bit of variety on his bowling, especially in the ODIs and T20 cricket. And despite there were no turns or hardly any turn in these surfaces, he manages to bowl right at the top areas and good areas. He's tried something out of the blue and get something out of the pitch as well. At times, ball didn't turn, but he really needed to bowl at the right areas. West Indies 1 for 1 for 6.
Right. 141 for 6. Akil Hussain batted up. What the West Indies team needed was contribution from the top order once again. Not delivering the goods with the bat. But another impressive little innings here one more time from Powell. Shomo Shaka is the new bowler. Down the ground, only be a single.
I think the West Indies batters were never from the shell.
Good run in the end. Otley only faced 8 deliveries today. Jason Mohammed, yes, 36. When you have some sort of start, you've got to start converting those double digits into bigger one. Look to add another 10 instead of looking further down the road. Have a look at those runs that they scored. Amriz 14 deliveries for 13. Warner was there for a while. 66 deliveries for 31. Muhammad, Mayers, Powell. He's come on to bat at number 6 in this innings. I still feel he can bat up the order, maybe number 5, to give that stability, to anchor it around if they lose early wickets.
I think they also needed a good start, which they haven't get throughout the series right from the start. There were no positive intent, and they kept losing wickets, early wickets that hurt them.
Yeah, that score of 45, make that 46 now. That's the highest total in the series from a West Indies batsman. That says all about what kind of time they've had with the bat in the middle. And it's frustrating to see your troops, the top order, not delivering the goods with the bat. That's where the challenge is, the bigger challenge for Phil Simmons and the rest of the team management to ensure that if they do get an opportunity to play more and more, they need to get better and better.
I think it's also important for the newcomers to express themselves. Yes, international cricket is different from domestic cricket, but when you have an opportunity like this, you need to grab those. And once you spend some time at the crease, you need to remember and recall your best innings, what you have played in the domestic circuit, and just apply those at the middle.
Yeah, 147 for 6.
Hunger to win matches, perform better. Saifuddin back in the attack. Touch expensive, but he's among the wickets. He's picked up a couple of wickets already in the 7 overs that he has bowled. And these are the things where the team management will be taking note of. Who are the best options to go to New Zealand? Yes, there is a test match among the wickets. He's picked up a couple of wickets
Showing the hunger.
already in 7 overs that he has bowled.
Win
always got you.
আরএফএল গ্যাস স্টোভে ফায়ারপ্রুফ কেবল থাকায় দুর্ঘটনার সম্ভাবনাই নেই। আরএফএল গ্যাস স্টোভ, আরএফএল গ্যাস স্টোভ আইএসও সার্টিফাইড, তাই তারা কোয়ালিটিতে কখনো কম্প্রোমাইজ করে না।
47 once again. Towel among the runs. Nazmul Hossain Shanto is in the attack.
My God!
Starts well. Not a bad deliberate start. His very first over.
Nazmul Hossain Shanto. Roll his arms. Bowling for the first time in one day international cricket. What an opportunity for someone like Nazmul Hossain Shanto. Prospect as an off spinner as well.
I'm just thinking now, why would you want someone like Nazmul Hossain Shanto to become 8th bowler used so far?